Hello, Keith Bennett here at Central Health. Um, so the things I'll be covering today, this week, Practicum update. I'll give you a proposal eval that was received, and then I can make connections to the chapters from Watkins that we read. And first, to clarify why this is so late is because of Google Books would not open up my Watkins purchase. They would not open up the book. So I was in contact with Google for a while, and finally I received opening the book permission. I don't know what happened. So I finally got it read, and I'm ready to do this video here. So we'll go over the Practicum update. So first, I'm doing the gap analysis on the health and wellness of the employees at the Central Hospital. So I consider the Central Hospital as a community, and I'm trying to find out what they need or what is missing, what needs to be improved on the health and wellness of the employee population. So I've been collecting data 3 ways, through surveys, focus groups, and interviews. So I already have collected data from surveys. I already have, like, I think so far today, 45 responses, which is much more than I expected. And then I'll start my first focus group next week with certain representatives from each unit at the hospital. And then interviews will be conducted going into certain units with permission, of course, and talking about what they need, using a more elaborate survey as a template of conversation. Get more qualitative data that I need to find out what is needed, what needs to be improved. So the proposal eval, what really caught on that was good is that I did a good job in clearly stating the objectives in the project. And then also I used words of point and structure that flowed nicely throughout the proposal that clearly states, or it's easier for the reader to read. A few things I need to work on is the clear statements of what I'm looking for. I guess now being into the project, the Practicum, I have a clear sense of what is expected, what I'm looking for in the project. And then addressing steps that might change or where I let it go to if something changed, which definitely this project, this Practicum, has changed over time. For instance, like ways I'm collecting data with using an initial survey and also an elaborate survey as a template on focus groups and interviews, and how to I'm actually doing electronic versions of the survey just to be sent out to certain units that are willing to be in the project, and then make connections to the reading from Watkins. The first one will be from chapter 30, Rethink What You Delegate. So the complexity and ambiguity issues are dealing with increase every time you promote. So yeah, the overtime, definitely meeting after meeting, lots of meetings with certain leadership's key stakeholders to say who they really are, and the complexity of the information I've been receiving from these meetings, from the surveys, and certain ideas I've been finding from other works at Wellness has really made this a complex project, but a realistic and doable project. So the next one is on page 50, is managing learning as an investment process. Improve and approach efforts to get up the speed and investment process. The time and energy for a project has been changing over time, and has actually been helpful and enthusiastically going into the project more and more. Going to the next key point on page 65. I've heard this before in the past, is using the STARS model. So it's STARS is an acronym for 5 common business situations. So a startup, turnaround, accelerate growth, realignment, and sustaining success. Uh, I think this model can be used in any business or company, like even a hospital here. Um, and lastly, point out on page 81, it's focusing on fundamentals, focusing on the fundamentals, the basics, is crucial, and I promote focusing on the basics, the do's and don'ts. As any supervisor or leader, to focus on the do's and don'ts. As I've seen with leadership here, they really are, they focus on the basics. So it'd be easy to relate to their employees, their staff, to accomplish the tasks and goals of what business and company you were in. So that's all the connections I have with that. It's been great here. I've been starting the project here for the Practum has been really rolling along now, and really establishing a good relationship here with even the leadership here. So thank you, and have a great week.